I went to Hammersmith Apollo in London and watched Bon Iver's show. When you see him delivering the songs, it's unbelievable. I think he's possibly one of the best vocalists of our time. Hi, this is Sam Smith here, and these are my top vocal performances. When I put this disc together, I was thinking about this record really, and the things I was listening to when I was writing this album. The basis of my love of music comes from the singer and the storytelling from the singer.
Then we see what we want to see, all coming back to me.
As a song, I just think it's outrageous. It's so dramatic. The vocal performance is out of this world. First time I really started singing was musical theatre. There's something about Celine Dion where she ticks that box. It's proper singing. It's from the gut. Vocally, she just has a tone and there's like a sharpness to her voice, I think, that is just cuts right through you. And you can hear her personality when she sings too, which is wonderful.
There were days when the sun was so cruel.
This, to me, is like the basis of all my music knowledge and learning. You know, it's Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Chaka Khan, women who would stand in the middle of a stage and sing and do nothing but sing. And it's the journey of the song. You start small and then you end in these huge moments where they're having to use their whole bodies. It's almost operatic.
And I never wasted any of my time on you since then. But if I touch you like this,
When you sing like this, when it goes back to that, it's like the song goes big, 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 and then it all sucks out and it's like tiny small. The 7-minute version is really the best one.
Most days I wake up with a pit in my chest.
I think he just has one of the most beautiful voices ever. I also know him, which makes me love him even more because he's such a beautiful person. But I first saw Ben perform on Broadway, doing Dear Evan Hansen, and I was just the control in his voice is unbelievable, and the vibrato and the soul within it is amazing.
For a moment I felt so afraid.
They're the hardest working singers. You know, musical theatre singers and opera singers, it's I don't know how they do it. Because pop singing and singer-songwriter singing like I do, sometimes when in a recording format, I'm not using my voice in the correct way a singer should. But when I go on tour, I then have to go into almost musical theatre mode because I'm doing 100 shows and I have to, you know, project in an arena for 2 hours. So then you have to build up your stamina and you start singing the songs in a cleaner way. Musical theatre singers and musical theatre can get a really bad rap sometimes. And I think that we're missing that level of performance. You know, I always go back to some of the old films I love, like High Society and Sound of Music, and some of these amazing films. And just the quality of singers back then was just so much better. I always want to remember that when I make music, no matter what genres I go through, no matter what albums I make. I always want to be proud of those origins of my life, I think.
Darling, only you can ease my mind.
It's the softness and the vulnerability. That to me is someone's voice, is when you hear their small voice. You know, not their voice where they're trying to impress, their voice when they're singing to themselves. That to me is the magic part of someone's voice. I haven't been excited about an artist like in her world since Beyonce. I just find it so exciting. It's so amazing to hear another language being performed in such a way, and her voice is next level as a singer. This is what I would be listening to on the way to the club. You can hear the room in the song, which is amazing. It feels earthy. It's just the clapping all the way through. The one thing I find to study is the way that she sings, that type of singing. The trill, I guess it's a trilling of sorts in the way that she jumps from notes. It's unbelievable. Some of my family live in like rural Spain, and I've been to see some flamenco dancing shows, and it's just unbelievable. It's incredible. The way that some of the Spanish singers sing is next level. It's like their vocal cords are just made in a different way. That to me shows you that singing is a language in itself. In the chorus, is that ja ja, when it's like that, it's unbelievable. It's like everyone's in the room together and they're hyped off each other's energy and they're bouncing back and forth. She's captured the mood of the room. It's a movie in a song, really.
Down along the creek, I remember something.
This song is so special. I saw this, I went to Hammersmith Apollo in London and watched Bon Iver's show, and he started the performance with this song. The minute you hear his voice and the chords, it just moves your heart and your soul. I didn't realise how incredible he is as a vocalist. I think because of the production, sometimes you don't hear the voice at the forefront, but when you see him delivering the songs, it's unbelievable. I think he's possibly one of the best vocalists of our time. He just has an ear for that kind of mood. It's just all about the voice. This song inspired track 1 for my new record. The opening track to my album is just my voice and a vocoder.
I wanna be wild and young.
It's not as good as his, but it's a vocoder. A vocoder to me brings warmth. It's like you're harmonising with yourself. It's like you're being backed by a choir of your own voice. And it gives this beautiful, warm, it's like a hum that's underneath with your voice, which is incredible. I love Imogen Heap Hide and Seek as well. I connected to this album actually, 22 A Million. I connected to it when I was on a trip in Scotland. I find that with Bon Iver, listening to his music when you're in nature is really magical. All of his music sounds like nature to me. It's so cinematic.
Love is free, baby.
I'm the biggest Robyn fan since I was a kid. Just her songwriting, the sad dancing, it just really kind of encaptured everything, what it meant to be queer, to be honest, for me. She has a voice that it doesn't sucker punch you. It's not like a Celine voice. Her voice sounds friendly and comforting. It's kind of like rapping, almost, this song.
I'ma give it to you, baby. I'ma give it like a mother. Safe like a rubber.
It's very queer. It's queer culture. You can imagine people voguing to this. But this song brings me back to her show, and I went to see her show last year. It was the best show I've ever seen in my entire life. But this moment of the show was the most hyped moment. It was just her and this one dancer. Oh God, she just looked like she was having so much fun, and I learned so much from her delivery actually with this show. I met her at the beginning of my career, and she said I'd like to give you some advice, and she said, I just want to say to you, take your time. When I saw her show, I really understood that, because she takes her time with what she does. At the beginning of the show, she just stands, it's like her silhouette, and she just lets a track play for 4 or 5 minutes, and she just stands there, and she just breathes, and she takes it in. And I just found it so special and genius, to be quite honest. I thought it was a genius performance, and the music didn't stop for the whole show, and it went like that. It was this perfect arc throughout the show. It was incredible.
I think of the night in the park, it was getting dark and we stayed up for hours. What a time, what a time, what a time.
It's so beautiful the way she's written this song. She has a way with her the lyrics and the delivery and the melody. It's so conversational. I find it hard sometimes to listen to artists who write songs where you can tell that that's not how they speak and they're just trying to sound poetic. Sometimes it's wonderful and sometimes it's beautiful, but I prefer just straight up honesty. That's really powerful. I just think the sentiment of this song is just insane. And the way that she lifts and her voice breaks and she steps into her imperfections and she uses those vocal imperfections. It's incredible.
I think of the night in the park, it was getting dark and we stayed up for hours.
When you hear a Julia Michaels song and someone else singing it, you know it's her. I actually find it hard myself to sing Julia Michaels songs. I can't sing them. She actually sings completely oppositely to how I sing.
You cleaned up my body like you wanted it forever.
It's very staccato and conversational and it's faster, whereas I'm actually a lazy singer, like I'm very slow as a singer. So I'll always lay back on the song. I also love the lyric change at the end of the song, when it's always what a time for you and I, and then she goes, what a lie, what a lie. I just think it's so cool.
What a lie, what a lie, what a lie.
I think what makes a great breakup song is vulnerability. When the artist is putting themselves on the line and wearing their heart on their sleeve and talking about the ugly. And also, it's always beautiful when you hear someone singing a song, wishing that the person they lost would hear that song one day. That's the best revenge. An artist and a writer always gets the last say.
If they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall.
So this is an interesting one. People probably hate me for this, but I never really liked David Bowie, its music. I don't really listen to men in music and in life normally. A lot of male music didn't really talk about love or relationships in a way that I could relate. One of my favourite places to go is Montreux Jazz Festival. Claude Nobbs was the person who started Montreux Jazz Festival, and he has this house where Freddie Mercury and Bowie and all these people would come and be with him, and they would live there during the festival season, and they'd all go mad, do very naughty things, I think. But in the loft of the house, when you go there now, they put a massive projector up and they play performances from the festival. And I went and sat up there, and just by chance, they had a performance of David Bowie singing Life on Mars. And I was absolutely gobsmacked. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how incredible he is as a singer. When you watch someone sing, you see how technically strong they are and the intention. And watching him sing Life on Mars, my world has been opened, and I like David Bowie. The act of singing is a very personal thing, a very vulnerable, scary thing. Sometimes you do it and you're just praying that it goes well and that it's okay, because the voice is a muscle, you know. It's no different to an Olympic runner or something, you know. You're just hoping at the end of the day that your muscle's going to see you through. And there's various things you can do with your body to support it, but yeah, in that moment it's a fragile thing. And he is aware of that. There's a consciousness with Bowie when he's performing and singing. He is connected to what he's doing.
'Cause it feels just like I'm walking on broken glass.
Annie Lennox is incredible. Her voice is outrageous. I love her gender expression, actually. She's like stylistically someone I really look up to and adore. I just think her songwriting is unbelievable, and her voice is it's from the core, it's from the soul. The juxtaposition of sad lyrics against an upbeat sounding track, I think that's the magic place for anyone. It moves you. You're feeling sad, but you're also celebrating your sadness.
Since you were burying me, my whole life is a crash.
When she sings as well, her whole body sings. When you're really singing, you connect everything, and you're thinking about the words, you're thinking about your body, you're feeling every single word. And for me, Annie Lennox is one of those people that does that more times than she doesn't. I guess all of these songs are almost like little parts of like my gender a little bit. I know it sounds nuts, but like when I was writing my record, Love Goes, that was what was going on the last few years, was me really experimenting and feeling out different parts of my personality and different parts of my gender expression and sexuality. If you go through this list, it kind of has it all in there, the depths and the lengths and the fun and the serious, the dramatic and the lightness, and they're all there. Singing releases endorphins, did you know, in your brain. It's a very beautiful thing, and I think that's your job as a singer, is to share. There is no limits, ever, as a singer.